Hey guys, I'm Nick.
And I'm Tony.
And we're the Sicilian brothers.
And we are about to walk our latest purchase. I'm super passionate about this one. It's in the historic district in Fort Worth, and let's go inside and check it out. And the house has so much character because of the age and the way it was built. This district, this historic district, has some of the original Sears catalog homes. So back in the day, you used to be able to open the Sears catalog and pick a house and buy a house from the Sears catalog. This neighborhood has some of the Sears catalog homes in it. Like when you're looking at this period of a home in a historic district, you get some really special things. So a Sears catalog home, you know? Some of these walls are shiplap, right? So they're gonna be thick, they're gonna be hard to get through. The guys are gonna have a hard time, but they should be able to snake and get plumbing lines where we need them to go. It isn't gonna be as quick as we were able to do some of the other ones. I think we're giving ourselves, the 6-month time period so that the crews can focus on the things that matter.
Our normal rehab though, the first month we know is going to be demo, fixing the burnout, rebuilding the frame that rotted, something like that, right?
Yeah.
This one, we don't have that. So the first week or two or month that we do, instead of rebuilding that house, we're planning it now. So it's just a different...
Yeah, and maybe we're surgically taking apart walls, right? So instead of the guys coming in and just demoing, we're like, hey, let's see what's behind this wall, take this one down. This window still has the original pulley system. This original rope is connected to the weights that are in the wall. And then, so it should make the window easier to open.
Painted shut.
But that's the idea, so the counterweights. We'll find a window that we can open, I promise.
Hasn't been open since now.
So this window, for all intents and purposes, we're gonna save and just refinish it.
It's just gonna get some love.
And give it some period piece glass. Had the stairs coming this way, he's gonna redesign it so that the stairs come on this angle. You can actually remove this stuff and tuck it in over there, right? So salvage the door and salvage the construction of the wood and then stick it on there so it's more of a focal piece, This closet, this wall isn't the solid 1800s, 1900s wall. So what I'm in the closet here, this closet will become a hallway straight back to the master. Because the house is historic, we can't touch the windows. We're not allowed to move them. So on our other projects, we're so good at oh, screw it, let's just shorten this window, let's move this window. But we can't do that here. This will be a hallway. Where we're standing here, will be the kitchen. And just like we did at Hollywood, giving them an open concept, this will all be open and we'll get to raise the beams as high as we can. There might be some headers, but we're gonna get them up. We're gonna try to utilize the 9 or 10 foot ceilings. It's too small for a fridge, but maybe we can have the kitchen come, in this way and then all the way over and then put an island. Maybe we'll get lucky and we can put, it is pier and beam, so we can kind of come up like we did on the other one, the Hollywood house. Yeah. Someone will fact check us. Yeah. So obviously the staircase is gonna be changed. It's gonna kind of come up this way and then up this way. And you could see someone replace the stairs at some point, which is sad because they were probably really cool. So we're upstairs and we're in what we're gonna turn into the game room. We're gonna remove this wall. The banister and the railing is all gonna be open. I'm gonna try to do something vintage, some vintage woodwork on the on the railing and the woodwork. We have to keep the balcony. We just have to redo it to, let's say, modern safety codes, but with that vintage feel. So even these windows are aluminum. So we actually are gonna be required to make them wood.
I'm looking at this monstrosity above us, this Frankenstein of a job.
We'll bust this open and see how high, and again, go with the art, like the slanted ceilings that's already in the rest of the upstairs. We're gonna do that here as much as we can. So if you had a hanging ceiling fan that hung and spun right here, it would definitely hit you in the head for sure. they didn't want to properly run HVAC,
Ductwork?
the ventilation for heating and air conditioning. This is that store-bought tub I was talking about. We cannot have a bathroom like this up here. We have to give them a true tub and shower surround, space for a toilet, space for a vanity. We are not allowed to do anything with this because this is the roof line, and ideally, yeah, we would just blow out the roof and square it off and redo it, but we cannot touch this because this is the original structure of the house, right? So
but that
we
also
have
gives
to
it character too. So we just got to make it utilize.
And so I
utilize
actually
the space.
Yeah, and so I actually, by utilizing the space, I think we'll move the door, maybe tuck the tub and the shower in this. There, you see plenty of them in this slanted area. Put the plumbing on this wall, so it'll be a cool, full tiled area with a tub. And
because you can, like you just said, move that door here,
Yeah.
and you're fine if you put the shower here, the
Yeah,
tub
yeah.
there.
I mean,
because now you're showering into it. It's
Well-
not like you're over here and it's
no,
Yeah.
this entire area would be your tub and shower, right? So your tub will now run this way. And so, yeah, when you're standing in now you come in the bathroom and you stand in here, I mean,
just by changing the door.
yeah,
you're
just by,
able to,
and we're allowed to move the structure of the door because it's interior. So we're allowed to slide the door down, okay? And so if we do that, then that gives us space for the toilet and the vanity and stuff like that. Maybe we put the vanity by the window.
Yeah, you do. Like a 32, and then a toilet here, and then you're fine. Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
something.
so we definitely have space to play. We just have to move the interior walls. We're gonna vault this. We don't need to leave it down. So we'll get this height up, and then we will, in these little baby closets that are here, I won't even fit in there. This little baby closet will go away, and we'll actually give them bigger closets for them to hang, and we'll, find a creative way to give them more closet space to call this a bedroom.
This is a massive space, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just here, but this goes down like Harry Potter.
We'll wind up with 3 full bedrooms, a game room / office, 2 full baths, and a half bath downstairs as well. So if it is someone that just buys it and only wants to use the downstairs and they don't have kids or something and want the upstairs and they have guest rooms, it's perfect. The master will be down, master ensuite will be down, half bath will be down, and then we will have 2 full bedrooms, a full bathroom upstairs for guests.
And going over the comps, because changing that from a 4 2.5 to a 3 2.5, you're not losing anything in the sense.
Yeah,
right?
so you don't really gain, you don't really get too much bang for your buck by having a 4th bedroom. If it was only a 2-bedroom house and we turned it into a 3-bedroom house, that would be huge. But going from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms doesn't really affect us as much as giving them more, like utilizing the space. So
because this is small, right? This feels small.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that is going to make it feel more bigger.
yeah,
make
trying
it feel
to
newer.
Maybe this wall gets squared off or something like that. Again, I got to see what the engineer will allow us to do. We'll wait to see what he says about what walls we can move downstairs, because by moving those walls, we affect the 2nd story. And so we obviously have to level this floor, but what we do downstairs matters. So we have to level both at the same time. This, I would like to tie into this room, obviously, to give this the bigger closet. Again,
having Enrique build a little desk right there.
Yeah, like that could be.
Built-in
Yeah, like
for
that
a
could be
kid.
like a built-in nook,
Studying.
or even like a built-in dresser with like 2 or 3 drawers in it, and like a shelf. This is the biggest of the 2 bedrooms up here, so making this one really cool is important, and then that one can be a little bit less cool. But maybe we'll market that Harry Potter closet.
I think the house has a lot of character in it. I know we don't love the angles from the roof line, but because just they're difficult for us planning wise. But I think at the end of the day, when you design it, when you clean it up, when you market it, it's going to have a very nice feel.
I love the character, like you said. I love it. I think there's tons of potential. This texture has to go.
Oh, absolutely.
This popcorn or heavy orange peel, whatever you want to call it, isn't of the time period. So we gotta, probably go with a flat. So again, even
is flat.
Yeah. So or an eggshell even would work, but no texture, right? So
and something like you just said, that having no texture, one would think, I don't have to texture it, but that is actually harder. And it potentially more expensive.
It is more
expensive. You have to make sure that is perfect.
Yeah.
The people doing your sheetrock and that has to be done perfectly. You can't hide anything.
Yeah, they call it like level 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So basically, you have to, how perfect do you want the tape bed texture guys to do the house? And so if you're gonna do flat with no texture, you can't hide things, right? Texture gives you a little bit of room for error because you could hide some lines, hide some deficiencies, whereas this, your labor guys have to be perfect. And so the last one that we did, the last one that I was a part of, it took like a month of just the guys doing the tape bed texture, lack of texture, but the mudding. It's a lot of labor. One of the things that we have to do as well, we'll kind of talk about this, not that we're gonna go on the roof, but like, there's so many gaps as the house settles and ages and the wood rots. And hey, little guy, like you see gaps and then all the paint. So we have to like go and undo. You can actually feel the breeze from outside on this right here. So like this is just open and leaking air. So it has no energy efficiency. So, but it's the outside. So I'm not even allowed to go put like energy efficient solar screens on this house. You have to put them on the inside. So again, playing with certain things or tips and tricks that I've learned over the years, being in a historic district, I'm not allowed to do some of the things that I would just go and problem solve for. So it's causing me to have to like come up with new ways to problem solve to keep the historic district happy. But technology hasn't been kind to historic homes because they don't make things, not as good, but they don't make things with the character, and the things that are made with the character aren't always readily available, or, so there's a lot of things that are pros and cons. One would think wood is a pro, but they're extremely expensive, whereas maybe a window we could do for $150 or $200. These windows might cost us $500 to $1,000 a piece. Well, there's 30 windows in the house. I mean, that would be $30,000 just to put new wood windows in the entire house, right? So those are things that sound cool and I want to do, but aren't like budget friendly, right? So if this was just a house and I could just spend and then someone will just pay me for it later, we got to remember that this is like a project to flip, right? So there should be profit in it. Which I think if we do it right, there's gonna be a great amount of profit in it, but we have to also budget accordingly. So why don't we go show them the outside and what we're working with like the garage and like the side street and all that stuff. We are not allowed to redo the exterior. If we do redo the exterior, we have to do it with certain period pieces, right? This door, we are going to refinish. I'll go with something similar. Obviously this is like tacky, but we'll go with a similar type of handle setup. But all this rotten, damaged wood will be stripped down and replaced and repaired, and we'll basically salvage the original door, right? Some new glass in here that maybe it's seated, maybe it was something that goes with the period of the house. All this siding will come off. It's a shame that someone painted the brick. You're not allowed to paint the brick in a historic district. I will try to strip this, depending upon what the brick guy can do. We'll try to strip this down, and if not, we'll just have to repaint it. There's a lot of masonry work that has to get done, but that's okay because, again, it's the character of the house. So even like these front stoops that are cracking and stuff like that, we'll have our guy come and repair.
We'll have to resurface.
We'll resurface, you're allowed to refurbish. You just can't replace. You can't just tear this out and put a wood deck here. You can see, unfortunately, just the deterioration of the stone or concrete, whatever it was. But we will patch all this up. We'll clean it. We'll get the dew off of it, and we'll get it redone in time, and like put all this electrical outside instead of just doing it right, going under the house, wiring it from the under, like from the under and come up, and then like all this will come off and again get redone, leveled, and more of a, it has to be done to the period. These will come off, and there's siding under there that we're gonna salvage and save, and it's gonna be great. Come out here, steps down, you'll have yard. Yeah, so this is original cast, or it's cast iron, and you have PVC. This was that half bathroom that we're going to redo anyway. So when we open those walls up on the inside, we'll run plumbing in the wall, like, you know, to modern code standards. When you look down in here, someone's gone ahead and replumbed a bunch, which is good. Maybe we'll get to save some of it, and that actually saves us money. But also, this like concrete and these stones that the house sits on, like this foundation, when I was talking about earlier, like this is incredibly well done. So it's very sturdy. And so we have a good base to work with. Remember, if we get permission to move the door, this won't be here. So you do have like more yard space. So if we get permission to move the door on the side, this becomes the master. We can't add on to the house, but we can surely use it, what is here, for interior space for the master. So this is what's under, and this is what will be basically the new face of the house. So this garage, we're allowed to keep it, and so we're going to, because you know, you want to try to maximize storage space and as much space as we possibly can. Having a garage or storage space is very valuable. So yeah, we'll spend money on it, we'll save it, we'll lift it. It'll probably sit a good 2 or 3 feet higher than it currently is. Look at how, like, just look at how deep it is into the earth. Like it's super sank.
I'm higher than the fan.
But the idea here is we're gonna put a door on that wall, so you'll come down the side street and then you'll turn into your garage, and there will be concrete all in here, which is this. This is basically like you could look under the subfloor and you could just see earth. You come in the side street and turn into the garage. And we'll put a new curb cut in, and you'll pull into your garage. There'll be a nice fence here, backyard, plenty of living and fun and family space. Thanks for watching, guys. I am very passionate about this house. It was a really awesome purchase. The story is gonna be amazing to tell. We got a few months to revitalize this house and make it modern for the next family. Hopefully you guys enjoy the
finished product.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great story to tell. So stay tuned, keep watching, like, subscribe, share, and give us some
fact check this.
Give us some feedback. Yeah, check on those windows.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks.